Hello, everybody, and welcome to a brand spanking new episode. I just realized. No, we'll do this intro over again. Are we just not? There we go. Kind of like we're just gonna shoot it from this distance, because I think the green screen's way over there. Okay, so 3, 2. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a brand spanking new episode of MovieKombat. We are back with a brand new episode, and this one is 8 Crazy Nights. This is Adam Sandler's animated movie about his pretty much an asshole version of himself going around town and just being the town fuck up is kind of how his whole thing. In this this whole holiday season, we are going to got new glasses, right? Nope, same ones. Same ones. These ones, I have 2 different ones, but these ones I usually wear here because I don't wear these normally around town because my normal ones I have little stoppers. This one doesn't have that, so these are my extra pair. But yeah, so in each episode of MovieKombat this season, we are going through 4 different things. We are looking for how many times does the character say the holiday. In this movie, they say both Christmas and Hanukkah, so I counted how many times that happens. The first sight of snow, which I think does beat Home Alone very quickly. So that was how that worked out. How many hugs there are, I will admit, I don't know if I counted them enough. I may have missed a few. I think I got them all. But trying to think. Oh wait, no, there might have been one more. I might be way off on the hugs because I kind of just I don't know. I for some reason lost count doing that. And then, is there a ham or turkey that gets eaten in the film? We will go through that here in just a bit. So, let's see here. Hope you liked the movie. I counted. You counted for once. Oh, okay. Okay. Second time I counted. Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll get into it. So here's the first one is how many times, before we get into things, how many times do the characters say Christmas or Hanukkah? I didn't count songs because at the end of the movie, Adam Sandler sings a live rendition of 8 Crazy Nights, which is his song about Hanukkah. And I couldn't count those because it was just like way too many. It rattles them off so many times. I felt like this isn't gonna work. So if they said it in the movie, if a character said it in the movie or sang it in the movie, then it counted. The credits I did not count. So I figured it wasn't a character saying it. It was Adam Sandler singing it, so it didn't count. So we're getting 21, 15, 19, 17. I just guess and see if I'm close. It was actually 18 times is how many I counted Hanukkah, and 8 times I counted Christmas. Christmas was 8 and Hanukkah was 18. Because Whitey, the little fuzzy man, he celebrates Christmas. So both holidays are celebrated in the movie, and that's how that goes. You did the songs? Okay. So the first sight of snow beats Home Alone because of all the opening credits and everything that happens, whereas 8 Crazy Nights just gets right into the movie. That was 12 seconds. 12 seconds and we see first snow. So there is that. How many hugs? I'll let you guys guess how many hugs because I'm probably way off, so I'll let you guys guess. I counted very low, I would assume. So we'll see how that turns out. And I'm curious to see if it's way off, because you guys might be right. I just for some reason lost count of it. This movie came out in 2002. Wow. Yeah. We're getting 2. We're getting 4, 4, 2.5. I counted 4 because there was one where they celebrated and the girl version of Jennifer hugs her mom. There's the parents in the Christmas card or the Hanukkah card. And then I think at the end we get a hug, and I think there's another hug somewhere else. I can't remember, but I think there are 4. But don't take that to gospel on that one. And the next one is there a ham or turkey in this film that is eaten or on a table at some point in time? And Hug and Davy story. Oh, that might be it. Yeah, nope, there isn't. They don't even have like a big old Christmas or Hanukkah dinner. They just kind of like the movie kind of just ends. So that's how that worked out. So this movie, shockingly, was on YouTube for free, which was kind of cool. Provided by YouTube, wasn't bootleg. It was a full-on. I actually posted it in the Discord. So if you guys are not a part of the Discord, make sure you've joined the Discord. And I posted a link to it. And here is the link for those that want to actually go to it. There's the actual link to it. And yeah, when I posted it, you guys could go check it out, go watch it for free. And that's how I watched it that way too. I was like, all right, if it's here, I'll just watch it on YouTube. So there is that. The runtime of this movie is like an hour. It's really weird. It is an hour-long movie. It's barely a movie. It's almost a special. So that was kind of funny. I didn't know it was that short. I actually thought it wasn't the real one until I realized, no, there are credits running at the end of this movie. So that's how they go about it. The movie is based around Adam Sandler's character, which is Dave, or Davey, and he is trying to, I guess the whole premise of his story is it's a redemption story of his character of not being an asshole. That's really it. He's a flat out asshole, and they even say it in the movie. He's an asshole. He's a jerk. He ruins things. He drinks all the time. He lives in a trailer. And then we kind of find out that he let himself go of reaching out to people because he felt that when his parents died, there was no hope for him at all. He gave up on life when his parents passed away, which is a terrible thing, even though there are people that actually did care about him, ergo young Jennifer, did like little Davey, and unfortunately Dave shut him out and didn't want anything to do with Jennifer anymore. So then Jennifer grew up, Davey grew up, Jennifer moved away, got married, had a kid, and then come to find out her husband divorced her and left her for a person he met online. She moved back into town, and this is kind of the story of now we're catching these two at the same point back in the hometown of where Davey has just been at the whole time, and Jennifer's coming back with her new son, or with her son, and he's like 7 in this movie. I'm going to watch it on Paramount, but I didn't have it no more. Oh, okay, well there you go. See, that's why YouTube came in clutch in this go around. So, yeah, eventually, it's that holiday vibe of I am an asshole and I need to fix my life, and therefore let's do that. And so he fixes his life by righting his wrongs. The biggest wrong he had was there's this little guy named Whitey, and he's like the town do everything for everyone but get nothing in return. And with that, he gets bullied and he's treated like shit, whereas Davey is known to do that. In fact, at one point he literally closes him in a porta potty and pushes him down, and he sleds down, and when Whitey gets out, he's covered in actual shit. So he just gets bullied all the time, but he doesn't ask for anything in return. He just wants to do odd jobs so that he can, well, I guess he does want a little bit in return, so that he can keep helping, and he coaches basketball and stuff. So, or he referees basketball. And Whitey's story is he wants to get this patch that is given to the like community service type of guy, and it's like the 35th anniversary of that, whatever. And yeah, he just wants to win the patch finally after years and years of being denied it. So this when Davy and Benjamin, the little boy, play these guys in basketball, and they beat him, the guys got so embarrassed they actually light Davy's trailer on fire, and so then Davy, Adam Sandler's character, has to go live with Whitey, and that works out as best as you possibly could think about it. It actually works out for a little bit, and then he blows up on them because he has to think about his parents, which is something, again, that has ruined his entire life because he lets it eat him up inside, but he doesn't cry about it. He doesn't show any emotion about it. He'd rather just be an asshole. And with that is how we see him kind of develop into being a person again when he finally opens up a card that his parents gave it to him when he was like 13 or something like that. And he finally cries. And when he finally cries, he realizes it's okay to show emotion and it's okay to let people in sometimes. And that's the premise of the story is, yes, times can be hard. And at the best of moments where he won the rec league youth basketball tournament or whatever they were doing, to come to find out the worst thing that could happen to a kid, finding out that he's now become an orphan, he, instead of letting people in and actually showing emotion and crying about it or just not being alone, if he would have just let that happen, he wouldn't have been the self-destructing person that he eventually became. So yeah, it's not too bad of a premise of a movie for an hour-long raunchy comedy. It's not bad. It's an Adam Sandler 2002 movie. So this was a little bit after, a couple of years after Happy Gilmore, I believe. Happy Gilmore is like 1998, I think. So this is kind of towards the end of, I think this is like the beginning of Adam Sandler's solo movie career. He's no longer on SNL anymore. He's like trying to do movies. So this was kind of just like a random animated movie that he came out with. So yeah, it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not a bad movie. And for what it is okay. It's a musical, which Adam Sandler used to sing on SNL. He would sing along with like Lunch Lady, which was Chris Farley and him. He would sing, and then Chris Farley was dancing as the Lunch Lady. So that was his shtick, and this was kind of that musical thing that really he hadn't done yet because the other stuff that he had done were actual just like movies. So we'll see. This was kind of the one and done because it did okay, I would assume. But we'll get into that in the IMDb corner, which we should segue to right now. So let's get into it. The IMDb corner. Let's take a look. Oh, one thing that's kind of cool about this movie is, so Adam Sandler obviously voiced Davy, but Jackie Sandler is his wife. She plays Jennifer. So Jennifer and Davy are, they are actually married because it's Adam Sandler and Jackie Sandler. So there's a little fun fact. Because when I was looking at the cast, I was like, what? Jackie Sandler, wait a minute. And I clicked on it, and yeah, that is his wife. And they met on the set of Big Daddy. So they had known each other for a while at this point, and this was just kind of that. I don't know if they were married yet. I would assume they were, because I don't know when Big Daddy came out. Oh, but Big Daddy... Yeah, okay, so because Cole and Dylan Sprouse are also in this movie. There is a lot of Adam Sandler ecosystem people in this movie. So, yeah, there's Rob Schneider was the Chinese waiter, and he was the narrator. So, you got that kind of going for you. And Cole and Dylan Sprouse were the KB toy soldiers when the mall was singing to them. The toy soldiers that sang those little kids' voices, those were Cole and Dylan Sprouse, aka Zach and Cody, if you didn't know. Carl Weathers was the GNC, Whitey is Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler plays a lot of people in this movie. He plays Whitey, Eleanor, and the deer, as well as Davy. So, if you didn't know, Eleanor is Adam Sandler. So, that's how that worked out. And then, yeah, the only other double up. Oh, yeah, and then Chris Farley's brother, Kevin Farley, which I think that's his brother. Let's see. Yeah. So Kevin Farley plays the I just saw it. The Panda Express Panda. It's kind of funny. So, yeah, there's some people in here that you would think. But yeah, Carl Weathers, or if you've seen Happy Gilmore, Chubbs, the guy that is like, you think he has the wooden hand. That's he plays the GNC, big bottle of like creatine. What else? Who else was in this? John Farley was in the movie as well. He played cop number 2, which is Chris Farley's other brother. But yeah, there's some people that are you kind of know, or you'd know by just looking at them. So, with that said, let's get into taglines. This is something that I don't think I did for the last movie, but I don't know if the other one had taglines because I didn't even see it. But anyway, these are taglines. This is my favorite part of IMDb Corner because these are the things that are trying to sell the movie. When you see this poster walking in a movie theater, you see the poster on there, there's one line of something that's supposed to sum up the entire movie in just one sentence as a marketing gimmick. There are 2 of them. So here's it. The first one is, it's naughty, it's nice, it's animated. So that is 8 Crazy Nights. Then the second one is the ultimate battle between naughty and nice, which I don't think that one's very good because, like, what the heck does that even mean? I guess Whitey would be the nice and then naughty would be Davy, but like, or like nice would be everybody versus him. So I don't know. That's kind of a weird one. But let's get into some trivia, shall we? I am curious about this one because this movie's been around for a little bit. Over 20 years. This movie's over 20 years old now. That's crazy. Director Seth Kersley, I don't know, said all the product placements were used without permission of their representative companies. Wow. That's what I wondered, because I was like, wait, there are so many. I wonder if they use any of that money. Like, I was actually watching it, and I was like, wow, there's a lot of marketing in this movie. You got Panda Express, Radio Shack, the TB Toys or whatever that was. Like, most of the, like, half of the mall is defunct. Like, those companies don't exist anymore. So it was just really funny how that all worked out. But yeah. Yeah, it came out. Yeah, some of the Twitch people, by the way, again, if you guys don't know, go to twitch.tv/prime_target to watch this live and be a part of the conversation as well. If you're wondering what this chat is, I totally forgot about that, but there you go. So, according to Doug Walker, Seth Kersley sent him an email following Walker's review of the film, revealing that Kersley wanted certain scenes cut from the film, but they tested well with audiences and were not cut as a result, specifically noting a scene involving deer and feces. That one is weird. He also noted that test audiences hated the voice of Whitey, but they did not wish for the voice to change. So a lot of people hate Whitey's voice, but they just gave him the voice anyway. Okay, this is what I wanted to know, because I see the name of the movie here, and I wanted to know if there was a connection to it. Many animation fans have noticed the design style of the characters in 8 Crazy Nights are similar to the design style in the characters from The Iron Giant, 1999. The majority of the animators that worked on this film were laid off from Warner Brothers Feature Animation, which produced Iron Giant and Fox Animation Studios. So there you go. That's how it worked out right there. Um, Davy is based on a picture of Adam Sandler when he was 19. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, they tried to. When I saw the people in the movie that are supposed to be playing characters, other than obviously the Chinese waiter, they all do look like their characters. Relatively. Like, they're exaggerated versions of it. Davey obviously looks like Adam Sandler. When you look at this movie and you say, Adam Sandler's in this movie, can you guess which one it is? It's like, oh yeah, it's obviously that guy. He looks exactly like him. So, originally Sony did not want to participate in the animation game with the expenses and risks involved, but Columbia chief Amy Pascal greenlit. Wait, I know that name. Greenlit this movie anyway on a personal pitch from Adam Sandler. Why do I know Amy Pascal? Holy shit! She produced all the Into the Spider. She produced all the Spider-Man movies. Like all the modern Spider-Man movies, she produced all of those, which means she gave a lot more. She gave money to those companies or to those movies. Yeah, she produced it by PGA. Okay, yeah, yeah, like Spider-Man: Homecoming, the girl in the spider web, which is interesting. I don't know what that is. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Spider-Man Far From Home, Venom, Let There Be Carnage, Spider-Man No Way Home, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Challengers was her latest production that she produced, and Venom: The Last Dance was her most recent of them all. Now, it doesn't say that she produced that movie, like the Eight Crazy Nights, but I think she was a executive producer. That's right. Okay, so she was an executive for Sony Pictures, and then I would assume she then used that money to help let her be a producer, because you got to get money. That's how you get producer rights. Is you put money towards the project as well as a few other little odds and ends, but for the most part, that's how you work it there. Davy's parents are voiced by Adam Sandler's parents, Stan Sandler and Judith Sandler. This is Stan's only film appearance. Wow, this is a hard one to read. All right, I'll restart this one. Davy's parents are voiced by Adam Sandler's parents, Stan Sandler and Judith Sandler. This is Stan's only film appearance. He died in 2003, and his memory was dedicated in another Adam Sandler film, 50 First Dates, in 2004. So there you go. That's kind of a cool thing. His actual parents are Davy's parents when they open up the thing. They open up the card, the Hanukkah card. The ones that are singing, that's his actual parents. So kind of a cool thing and kind of a touching thing, especially now since Adam Sandler's dad has passed away, and the movie kind of lets him live on a little bit. So very cool, very cool. All right, we'll end the trivia on that one because I don't think we can top that. Let's look at some goofs. We'll look at, because we're about to go to ads here, so these are kind of like throwaway things to just kind of pass some time. So for the YouTubers, you guys got to watch this. So here we go. After Whitey receives the patch, other recipients tear off their patch and throw them down. The patches land around Whitey, but later disappear. Ooh, okay. When Davy's house is burning, he takes an envelope and puts it in his right side pocket. When Eleanor reprimands him for stealing something, the envelope is in his left pocket. All right, there you go. And yeah. Let's see. Revealing mistakes. Eleanor is seen eating a corn dog purchased from the ice rink cafe. However, upon inspection of the ice rink cafe's menu, corn dogs are not on the menu. That's such a weird thing that someone really looked into. Like, all right, I'll give him that. When Whitey tells Eleanor about the night Davy's parents died, Whitey says it was in 81. After the team wins the basketball game, Whitey does the robot dance to the song Mr. Roboto, which came out in 83. So, kind of a... Well, see, that's the... was in. It could have swapped on the right there. It could. But see, when you're making a movie, you don't want. It's called continuity. So like that's just how movies are. It breaks the rules of movie. That's what continuity is. So, let's take a look at some more stuff. We got some quotes. I'm just reading some of these. There's Eleanor and Davy, and Whitey shows up, and then Jennifer shows up. So we have 4 people. I'll read one of these because this movie isn't really quotable, I would say, but I'll just go with this one. So there's Eleanor, Davy, Whitey, and Jennifer, and then the Chinese waiter. Wait. Wow, this is so weird. This one. There's too many people in this one. I can't do it. It's when he like essentially blows up on Whitey and Eleanor. I'm just trying to read some of these very quickly. Wow. There's a lot that are funny, but it's like they're not worth it, and I'm wasting too much time on this. So we'll just go. A lot of it are lines from the songs, and a lot of them are based off of like certain other things. So we'll just let those sit. But yeah, so release date was November 27th, 2002. U.S. and Canada were the countries of origin. Budget was set at $34 million, and it actually was a box office flop. So it almost got there. Opening weekend, it's promising. Is $9,434 and $9,434. I keep saying dollars. $175. There you go. That's how much. Almost 9.5 million. So the budget was $34 million. If we got almost $10,000 in the first weekend, that's not bad, because movies back then, they were going to have longer play times. We were going to see them in theaters longer because it was a lot harder to get VHSs out. So you had to get the movie out there, and the movie was probably going to be out there for like 2 or 3 months if it was good. But grossed worldwide $23,586. I did it again. $23,586,598 is how much it grossed. Its entire like from USA and Canada, and it worldwide it went up a little bit more than that. It's still at 23.8 million. That's not good. It's not good at all. 2002 November, that should have been like a pretty good time to release the movie. I'm curious to see though, movies that came out in holiday 2002. There was one movie that came out. Actually, there were 2 movies. Okay, that was an awful awful release time. That is not good in any way, shape, or form. Yikes. Okay. So, right out of the gate here, holiday season 2002. This is just what you could see from November to December. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Lord of the Rings, the two Towers came out. So these are 2 sequels to 2 nowadays multi-million dollar. I don't know if billion is where they've got to yet, but multi-million dollar IP. Harry Potter gets its second film on November 15th. So like 2 weeks before this movie. Lord of the Rings comes out 2 weeks later. Die Another Day, a sequel to Die Hard, comes out November 22nd, the same weekend. Santa Claus 2 comes out November 1st. There are 4 sequels that come out to major franchises that would go on to be like lovable franchises for the entire, like, that is crazy. And yeah, Warner Brothers, New Line, MGM, and Walt Disney. And then Universal came out with 8 Mile on November 8th, which also grossed $114 million and would go on to be like a looked back to because it's about an artist that is now almost classified as one of the greatest rappers of all time. So The Ring came out October 18th, but I would say that would have probably died off. Catch Me If You Can was an Academy Award nominated movie because it had Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks in it. The 2002 holiday season was a rough time. Hell, Jackass the movie came out October 25th. So, yeah, there's a lot of good movies that came out. What else do we have? Made in Manhattan, 2 Weeks Notice, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, which would go on to have like 3 sequels to it. Star Trek Nemesis, Treasure Planet, even though that was a flop, still made $34 million. Yeah, this is 8 Crazy Nights is 21st on this list of movies. And yeah, that's a rough go. That's just bad timing. Yeah. And then Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones came out. Wow. There you go. That came out November 1st. No one's seeing 8 Crazy Nights. No one is seeing that movie. So, yeah. Wow, what sequels? There was 2s and 2s and 2s. The year of 2s, because it was 2002, so. Yeah. All right. Well, let's get us out of here. I think we've talked about this movie enough. It's not that, like I said, it's not that bad of a movie. The way I look at it, and I'm going to throw in the rating system here in the chat. I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's great. But I will say it's worth a borrow. And I'm going to give it a solid 6 out of 10. And Ashton actually watched this movie with me and gave it also a 6. So it is a hard double 6 for 8 Crazy Nights. And that's okay. A 6 is not bad. It means you can watch it once and maybe you just return it or you rent it for a night. A 7 is kind of like it's worthy of owning. I don't know if it's worthy of owning. If you like Adam Sandler, by all means, I would assume this is right up people's alleys. If you are an Adam Sandler fan, go for it. Own it. For me, I like Adam Sandler, but it's all right. There's movies that I love that he's done, like Mr. Deeds, Big Daddy, Happy Gilmore, and there's movies I absolutely have no idea why he did that. So there's that. So that's what I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 6. So let's take some of the PT Nation score here. So Preacher has given it a 7. Foxy, if you can give yours again. 10 out of 10. Yikes. That is wild. You think this is a groundbreaking movie? Like, it is. Woof. All right. I mean, it's the average of the PT Nation. So, all right. 7, 9.5, 6.4, 10 out of 10. All right. Divided by 4. That is an 8.2 from the PT Nation. So an 8.2 out of 10 as the PT Nation score. So if you guys agree with that over there on YouTube land, then go ahead and say that I agree with the PT Nation as well as put your score in there. It won't change anything here, but it will see, for future tense people, if they want to see it, it'll see what you guys think about it. I gave it a 6. Like I said, it's more of a borrow, but it's funny. It has funny moments. It was a lot more funny comedic moments than Bad Moms Christmas, I'll tell you that much. So there is that. All right, the next one is our last one before we head out for the holiday season, and it is the one that we have been looking forward to all season long, and that is the Polar Express. Is our season finale. That will be next Monday. You guys can go ahead, go watch it, go be a part of that, and then come back here and we'll review it next Monday. So that is the last one before we head on to holiday break, and we will get that going. That currently right now, last time I checked, it was on HBO. If you own it, you own it. You can watch it there, obviously, whatever. But I see HBO. You gotta also, as much as I'm gonna say this, I don't want to change your answer, but you gotta look at it as a whole movie. That's the thing about doing MovieKombat is, as much as I love these movies, and as much as, like, for example, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, it is my go-to Thanksgiving movie all the time, and I love that movie. I will always show that movie to people. It is one of my favorite movies of all time. It is in my catalog. I own it personally. But the thing is I know it's not a perfect movie, so it's just things like that. But you do what you need to do. I'm not trying to sway you into it. It's just think about it a little bit more. Is it really that good of a movie? So that's all I say. It's why I look at the 10 that has completely this movie. I don't know. I'm sorry. It's not a 10. But you know what? Like I said, it's the PT Nation score. You guys can review it however you guys want. And we have our score. And that's why we have it. So, and it's on demand for Spectrum. So if you have Spectrum, you can have it. West Coast people, we don't have Spectrum. So I don't have it. We have Comcast here. So anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. If you guys want to watch more, make sure you're subscribed right over on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, there is our YouTube link. And if you're watching on YouTube, there is the Twitch. That is our official website. Never mind. That is down, so it doesn't exist anymore. Where's Twitch? Oh, I don't have a link to Twitch because this is dumb. This is a dumb thing to do. I wouldn't have Twitch. It's twitch.tv/prime_target. Just go over there and search it, and that's where we're at. So, link in the description below if you're watching on YouTube. All right, see you guys next week for Polar Express. Have a great rest of your night. Good night, everybody. Bye. Squeezer. All right.
Go outside here.
Dude.
What?
I heard chanting.
You did? Where?
Over here. Over here.
Wait.